Hello guys, welcome back once again. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a man who has been running a very criminal syndicate and organized smuggling of illicit in the United Kingdom. They say that the man has been convicted and sent to about 9 years prison sentence in the United Kingdom. As you can see, here is the man. Now, the story for people who are doing all these illegals have not ended. Here too, you can see this very young man here on the screen. They say that he's a Ghanaian and he has also been sent to prison. I'm going to be reading out their stories on the screen. As you can see, this man here looks advanced, but it will shock you what these people are into and what they are doing. You will not believe it. Now, let me zoom in on this so we can take a look at what the Home Office said about him. His name is Tonny Iheoma Ezeh, okay? Tonny Iheoma Ezeh, who duped elderly victims into smuggling meth hidden in sweet, has been jailed for over 9 years after an NCA UK investigation. Ezeh's phones revealed that he was part of a West African crime group responsible for transporting Class A internationally. You can imagine that. So you will just see all these people in UK, Europe, and all the rest of it. Oh, this is an advanced man, and I don't believe that he will be involved in crime. Oga, they are the boss. Now they hold the key to these things happening. Now them they show the young people way. I can't believe that people are still doing all these things because it's always almost nearly impossible for you not to be caught with the kind of technologies that these people are producing, bringing to limelight every day. You still see somebody package all these things in their briefcases, in containers containing this and that. You know, the scanners that they have these days will scan anything scannable. I remember when I went to court in Milan, okay? So I had to tender my bag for a scan before you can enter the court. So there was a malt inside. The computer detected it and they were asking me, what is this malt about? The computer detected that this is maltina, this is malt. What is it about? They have to see what it was all about. Oh, it's non-alcoholic drink. And they say, okay, you can go. So the computers are becoming more sophisticated, more advanced, more accurate. My brother, I wonder if there's another way. Maybe you guys should look for a submarine or something that will take you underground from your location to another part of this world. Because I'm not sure that in the nearest future that these things are going to be very easy for anybody to be able to accomplish. Anyways, good luck in your 9 years there. By the time you come out, if you are 54 plus 9, almost 10 years now, 54 plus 9, that is that's 60 something, right? 60 something. Is that right? Congrats. Now this very 54 plus, yeah, that would be 64. This very guy here also is from Ghana and he has his own bet. Let me show you what they wrote about him before we proceed, because I want to read out all these ones now before I go. Now, a young Ghanaian man based in Turkey has been sentenced to 20 years in prison by Turkish authorities for smuggling tramadol into the country. Simon Ahimfo is said to have asked his friend who was visiting Ghana to buy him tramadol when returning to Turkey. Simon's friend successfully made it through security check at the Kotaka International Airport but failed Turkish security checks and got arrested. In a setup unknown to Simon, he walked gallantly to welcome his friend, only to be apprehended by Turkish security. Both friends were each given 20 years imprisonment when they were arraigned before a court in Turkey. Could the drug have been for Simon's personal use to ease some sort of physical pain, as others claim? It is at times used for his physical pain, or his drug smuggling cup is perhaps full. Could his friend be a part of the syndicate, or he may have ignorantly fallen into a trap thinking he was doing his good friend a favor? These are the questions that are being asked concerning this very case here. You can see that for sure. Very sad and unfortunate. This person received 20 years. This person received 20 years. That's 40 years for two good friends. So what are you going to be telling people after 20 years? Imagine 20 years of your life in prison. Then when you come out, before you come out, they don't break. Because the place you used to know may have gotten a new shape. And we never end up like this. So this is very sad and unfortunate. All the same, there's another update that I want you guys to also see. Here, they say that Nigerians are seeking justice for two Nigerian community demand justice for two nationals shot dead in South Africa. What did they do? Let us quickly find out. Very sad and unfortunate incident happening across the world to Nigerians. I don't know why it is mostly Nigerians. It's not a good thing. Every time Nigerians. Now, wow. Let us quickly check and find out what happened to these very people and why they were died in South Africa. I don't know. That South Africa, I think, is a very dangerous place in the first instance. Now, the Nigerian Citizens Association South Africa, NICASA, has called for urgent justice following the brutal killing of two of its members, Taiwo Raji and Yemi Akinwumi, who were shot dead in front of their shops on Church Street, Arcadia, Pretoria. The incident, which occurred on April 20th, 2025, involved a South African citizen who allegedly opened fire on the victims in broad daylight. For what reason? You know that in South Africa there is this Islamophobia going on in that very place. Who knows what must have transpired? Or maybe was it just a reckless act of criminality? I don't know. Weeks later, the suspect was granted bail. Okay, now their country by a South African court, sparking outrage and fear within the Nigerian community. NICASA President Frank Onyekwelo disclosed the development in a statement released. He expressed concerns that the suspect might abscond and evade justice, given the lenient bail conditions. You can see that the suspected buyer has long received bail from police custody and may not be found again, Onyekwelu said. So it is now them. It is a them something. You see, somebody who committed this kind of crime, should he be on the street? But because he committed it against Nigerians, they don't value you, because the government does not place value on the citizens. That's why nobody places any value on the citizens outside the country. The deceased persons left behind 2 South African wives and 6 children, among other relatives and family members. On Thursday, Babatunde Dosumu, a cousin of late Raji, said the suspect in the fatal shooting was also a trader who allegedly acted in retaliation over a missing phone. Only a missing phone. This guy came and shot 2 people. Bam. Dosumu identified the accused as Kosina Titambo, saying, "The police told us the man who killed the cousin was Kosina Titambo. He claimed his phone was stolen at the market, and due to racial prejudice against Nigerians, he pulled a gun and shot them." In a separate incident, the president of the Nigerian Citizens Association South Africa, NICASA, Mr. Onyekpelu disclosed that a Nigerian businessman, Silas Ani, was kidnapped from his residence in Springs, Johannesburg. Nigerians are not safe in this country. Ani and several others were reportedly abducted on April 24, 2025 by a man identified as Solani Kumalu. Many of the victims were beaten, abused, and flogged while lying on bare floors. Onyekpelu said some were taken to isolated locations for further torture, including Mr. Silas Ani, while some victims were eventually released with severe injuries. Mr. Ani has yet to return. Nikasa said a Nigerian law firm, Tonny Iheoma Attorneys, has been engaged to pursue legal action at the Johannesburg High Court. Onyekpelu added that the case has been initially postponed for review by a senior judge, pending a final judgment, as Ani's whereabouts remains unknown. He urged the intervention of the Nigerian government, noting that both the Nigerian High Commission and Consulate in South Africa had been notified of the development. What have they done concerning these our people who are being mistreated in different parts of the world? Very sad and unfortunate. May we never be victims of these issues. I pray. So my people, please let me know your thoughts on these issues happening. Nigerians are victims especially this South Africa. The xenophobia rate there is very high. If you can avoid South Africa, please do. I don't think it's one of the safest places. And getting justice there seems to be very thin for Nigerians. Africa doing Africa. After they will say, we are one Africa. Which one Africa? Remove this one. So guys, please don't forget to use TapTapSend. Please, if you are sending money to Nigeria, and don't forget to use my promo code to get additional money on top of the money. Now, £15 for people in UK, 15 euros for people in Europe, $30 for people in Canada, $30 for people in US, and 75 AED for people in Dubai. That's on top of the money that you're sending. You can download the app from App Store and Google Play Store, and they're not charging you anything at all. Their rate is also very high, and you enjoy this app because it is fast and swift. I promise that a trial will convince you. Thank you and God bless you. Please share these videos. Bye.